Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. So Tesla just held their earnings call and boy did they throw some bombshells. Wall Street will of course focus on the short-term things and not even acknowledge Tesla's records that they broke or the watches they are building or the setup they have done for the insanely profitable future we are heading into. Because as Elon said, this is going to be bananas, be epic ballistic and ridiculously good. So hope you're ready for this epic journey we are about to embark on with Tesla for the next 3 years. Because everything Tesla has done through the last decade has led to this moment in time, the pivotal 2025. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So let's quickly go through some of the numbers because that is the most boring stuff, right? So we can quickly get to some of the exciting bombshells that Tesla dropped. So firstly, Q4 was a record quarter for both vehicle deliveries and energy storage deployment. And they expect the Model Y to once again be the best-selling vehicles of any kind globally for the full year of 2024. So that would be the second year in a row. Nice. And we of course knew that 2024 would not be the great year for vehicle deliveries, as Tesla has said. They were in between two growth waves and Tesla's autonomous revenue was down 6% in 2024. But as you can see, Tesla's other businesses are starting to really gain momentum. Energy revenue was up 67%. And Elon say they expect another 50% this year. And their service and others are up 27%. But Tesla's profitability was down in 2024, but that was also due to their big investment in AI and R&D projects, and of course the reduction of their vehicles lineup's average selling price. But Tesla had free cash flow of $3.6 billion in 2024, $2 billion alone in Q4. $7.5 billion increase in their cash and investment in 2024, so Tesla now have $36.6 billion in the bank. Their war chest is ready for all the investments that is needed to successfully scale up AI and robots. So they increased their AI training compute by over 400% in 2024 alone. They got their cost of average goods sold down to less than $30,000 to build their cars. I think most other OEMs are looking with envy on this chart, as they are still losing more money on every EV they sell than it cost Tesla to build them. So Tesla is still on track for everything they have promised before, as they also wrote. Plans for new vehicles, including more affordable models, remains on track for start of production in the first half of 2025, so within the next 5 months. These vehicles will utilize aspects of the next generation platform as well as aspects of our current platform and will be produced on the same manufacturing line as our current vehicle lineup. This approach will result in achieving less cost reduction than previously expected, but enable us to prudently grow our vehicle volume in more capex efficient manner during uncertain times. This should help us fully utilize our current expected maximum capacity of close to 3 million vehicles, enabling more than 60% growth over 2024 production before investing in new manufacturing lines. Our purpose-built robotaxi, the Cybercab, will continue to pursue the revolutionary unboxed manufacturing strategy and is scheduled for volume production starting in 2026. So this is all still on track as we have talked about before. So that's really cool. So let's get to all the things they said at the earnings call. As Elon said, he could see a way that Tesla can be a bigger company than the 5 next biggest companies in the world combined. And that is of course through robotaxis and humanoid robots. And he even used the same terms that I say all the time. Yes, I have been screaming wolf many times, but now there really is a wolf. And he backed that up by giving us an actual time and place for unsupervised full self-driving. Not just the first half of 2025, but he said Tesla will launch unsupervised full self-driving in Austin in June 2025. So only about 5 months from now. So that was quite the bombshell. Not only are they so confident that they are still sticking with their first half of 2025 that they have been talking about for quite a while now, but they even put a time and place on it as well. And he said that it will probably also be in California this year as well, and probably other cities as well. Just taking it one step at a time to make sure everything is working properly. So that is very, very exciting. And as he also mentioned, Tesla now has unsupervised full self-driving working at the Fremont factory, as I reported on yesterday, and will soon be in Texas as well. This is a huge deal. And if you want to learn more and haven't seen my video about it, check that one out, a link down below. But they also said that full self-driving version 13 supervised will be sent to the EU by May. They are right now getting all the paperwork ready and will be sent to the EU for approval by May, and there is just no way of speeding that up thanks to all Europe's red tape and mountain of paperwork. But they do expect it to get approved. So by summer, we should get full self-driving supervised to Europe. Talk about a demand lever, together with Tesla's brand new Model Y coming off the production line in Berlin. But I am also expecting the same kind of time frame for China, as they also talked about, maybe even a little bit faster, hard to say, but Elon thinks Tesla will have supervised full self-driving in most countries by the end of this year, and have unsupervised full self-driving in most countries by next year. That might be on Elon time, as this sounds almost too good to be true, but it really does not matter with the timing. If they solve it here in 2025, we all know it's coming to the rest of the world anyway. It will only be a matter of time, and then everyone will be able to see what is coming in the future. If that is 2026 or 2027 doesn't really matter. And then we will of course also see licensing deals for Tesla's full self-driving. As Elon said, we are seeing significant interest from other car companies. We are only going to entertain situations where volume will be very high. Yes, as he also said, it will become a big deal when other automakers realize that without autonomy, they are dead. Just like I have said so many times before, but saying they will only work with companies that have very high volume, well, that kind of rules out Ford for now, for example, as I don't think they will ever see an autonomous vehicle with Tesla's hardware and software being used in an ICE vehicle. But Ford only sells about 98,000 EVs in 2024, so they have quite the long way to go to what Tesla properly see as high volume, and definitely rules out someone like Lucid getting it. But maybe BYD will be one of the first adopters. But Elon confirmed again that Hardware 3 owners that have bought full self-driving will have to be upgraded to new hardware. And it will be difficult, but Tesla will get it done. So that is very cool to hear. But before we talk about Optimus, Tesla also mentioned that they now have the lowest days of inventory for several years. So when we at the same time see all the other legacy automakers' inventory skyrocket, it really just shows us how well Tesla is running compared to all the other bloated OEMs. And all factories will start production next month of the new refreshed Model Y together that I just reviewed, so check that video out, link down below. But this is something that has never been done before with a best-selling car in the world. So Tesla is really going to get this ramp up as fast as possible on a global scale. And they also said that the semi-truck are starting production here in 2025 and ramping up in volume in 2026. And that Tesla Semi and autonomy is going to be an absolutely explosion. As they said, we need more truck drivers. We are in short demand of truck drivers today. But if Tesla Semi does not need a driver, well, that basically solves it. So this will of course be such a game changer, even though, as Elon said, compared to Optimus, the billions of dollars the semi-truck will make will just be a little fraction of Optimus. So let's talk about Optimus. Because Elon said that he knows his prediction sounds insane, but he thinks they will be proven right in the end. And that was especially in terms of the Optimus robot, of course, as Tesla is still aiming for several thousand robots by the end of this year. And they will be doing useful work in their factories. As Elon said, there are many boring, repetitive jobs at their factories that the robot can do. So finding the jobs for the robot is no problem. And as he said, Optimus has the potential to be worth north of $10 trillion in revenue. And this is of course what he means when he knows his predictions sound insane. Well, we have even seen people do the numbers and get way higher than this. Because if you actually do the math like someone like Søren Basher has done, yes, the numbers does sound nutty, but they hold up. And Tesla has said before that he thinks the market will be like 1 billion robots a year. And if Tesla can get 10% of that market, it is 100 million robots produced a year. But Tesla will not only sell the robot and score one-time profits, they will no doubt be getting a returning revenue stream for the software running the robots. And Elon said they could probably get the robot down to $20,000 in price, but he did also say that demand will dictate the price. And the demand will be off the chart, in my opinion, as humanoid robots will be far more useful than a car that you can only use for driving you from point A to point B. A humanoid robot can do so many useful stuff for you. As Elon said, we are going to be in a state where we can't build enough. So the price of the first humanoid robots will be way higher than $20,000, but that will come down over time as more robots are deployed and more competitors enter the market. And as Elon stated, our goal is to run Optimus production ramp faster than maybe anything has ever been ramped. So this is insane. And 100 million units might sound insane, but it will probably come much faster than people realize, as Tesla's Model Y is probably the product that Tesla has ramped up the fastest ever before. But that growth that grew about 15x over the first 3 years, from 80,000 in 2020 to 1.2 million in 2023. And Optimus will do it even faster, much faster. As Elon said, the growth of the robot will probably be 500%, not 50, 500% growth per year for several years. Not many years needed to get to 100 million per year. Yes, because if Tesla can do 500% just the next 5 years, and Tesla has said they're aiming for 50 to 100,000 human robots in 2026, so let's take the pessimistic approach and give them 50,000 and give them 500% over the next 5 years. Well, then Tesla will end up with over 100 million robots produced in 2030. Actually 156 million. But let's once again be pessimistic and cut off 56 million robots produced that year, and that will leave Tesla with 100 million robots in 2030. Yes, I know most people would just dismiss the humanoid robot because it all sounds too crazy. But when you'd actually do the numbers, it is not that far-fetched, because when Tesla has a working humanoid robot, it would be far less complicated to manufacture than a car, as Elon also said. But that is what we should keep an eye on here in 2025. Several thousand humanoid robots working in Tesla's factories. So to me, this earnings call and report was very good. Tesla is getting all the pieces lined up for the amazing 2025 and beyond. But someone like Gary Black, of course, thought it was all just bad. But then he almost got it. As he wrote, paid autonomous ride-hailing in Austin by June is possibly the most bullish thing I've heard on Tesla's call. Yes, exactly. But then he continued, someone needs to ask why autocross margins were so low. No, Gary, if we have paid autonomous ride-hailing by June, Tesla's automotive business doesn't matter. Yes, very short term, but the market will go crazy as the future will suddenly be very clear. And even Gary can put the numbers into his spreadsheet and make some PE ratios and earnings per share calculation, as you love to do. And he continued, And what about the outlook for full year 2025? And second, what's the form factor of the new cheaper vehicles? Will the new vehicle be in a compact category, which expand total addressable market? Oh no, Gary. It is not a production reveal event. It's an earnings call. Of course, they will not talk more about the next generation vehicle. They will of course not risk an Osborne effect, especially now with the ramp of the world's best-selling car in all 4 factories next month. Of course, they're not going to show a new affordable vehicle. How can he even say that? So Gary really still just don't get this. He's focused on EPS and PE ratio and cross margin of the automotive business, but he is a Wall Street guy. That is what they do. All of that is going to be completely irrelevant over the next year or two. But I do agree with Gary that Unsupervised coming to Austin in June was definitely the most bullish thing on the earnings call, because now we even have a month and a place. So we might only be a few months out for Tesla bringing to the world what they have been trying to do for so many years. 2025 is going to be absolutely awesome. And that is also why I find it so funny that Wall Street guys like Gary focus on earnings per share and cross margin now, when Elon has just been talking about how Tesla has made critical investment in 2024 in manufacturing and AI that will bear immense fruit in the future. And that we will see an epic ballistic 2026, ridiculous good 2027, and bananas 2028. But the margins? No. Elon has even said Tesla would sell their cars for a loss if they had to, because they are just setting everything up for AI, robots, and autonomy. The cars are basically only data collectors for Tesla and future returning revenue income streams. But they are still not numbers you can put into a spreadsheet, so Wall Street will of course not talk about it or give a single dollar of valuation for that extremely bright future. So Elon repeated what I said in my video about 2025 and my outlook for the year, that 2025 is a pivotal year for Tesla. It will be the biggest year in Tesla's history. Yes, the true growth might first come in 2026, 27, 28, but we will see the first step for all of this beginning this year. So hope you are ready, because this amazing journey we are on with Tesla is set to bring us even more innovation and excitement here in 2025. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.